Uh, David.
Hell yeah, and we're on. My friend, it's really a huge honor to have you on our Quebec radio show Prescription Punk Rock. Or maybe people who don't recognize you. Who the hell are you?
Hi, I'm Waylon Reavis. I'm the former singer of Mushroomhead, and I'm now the lead frontman for A Killer's Confession.
That's so cool. As you mentioned, you've been a pillar of the scene. You've been involved in the scene for so many years, and I know you always push yourself. With every project and every aspect of creativity. But what happened with the pandemic and everything? Everything stopped. So, how you felt right now that things are getting back, and the reaction of people of getting to see you again?
It's amazing. People want music. Music is a staple through most of our lives. It's like music when they're working out. And there's a thing with live music that's just it draws people. People are drawn to live music, and it's been proven. I mean, we've been out for the last 4 months since everything's opening back up, and we're getting back to doing it. And they're coming out in droves, and man, I've missed them, and they've obviously missed us too. And it's like, wow, this is awesome. And honestly, I feel like there's a better energy now. There is, it's when you're taken away from something and you get it back, you're more appreciative of it. I'm sorry, we are as artists, and so are fans as listeners, and it's an amazing thing to get those people back together.
Because the things were at some point you guys were touring nonstop the world, and you kind of get lost in the thing and you take things for granted. But when something like that happen, it creates the thing that you will never take something for granted. We know it can stop anytime, so people just want to have
Oh,
fun.
you'll
It's the
never
thing.
take it for granted.
Yeah, you're right. And in the music industry, it's something that you cannot do.
I miss the faces. I miss, like, I get fulfillment with enjoyment when people are listening to the music and they're singing it back to you. That is a bigger payment than any money, any fame. When you actually connect with the fans in that way, that's a bigger payoff than anything. And I miss that. That was what I missed. I missed hearing people sing back to me, and to get that back, I don't want to give it up again. I will never take that for granted again.
Yeah, and I think people will less complain about everything. You know how it was. Oh, I didn't like your voice tonight. I did. I think people will realize that after all, we're all human. And the fact is together, all together, the fans, and just have a fucking fun. And that's the thing. It's all about fun.
It is all about fun, and it's like if you didn't enjoy this before the pandemic, I guarantee you enjoy it now. I guarantee it.
The new project. I think you started up something in 2016, if I'm right. A Killer Confession. How did you get the idea of that project, and how you assembled the band?
It was just luck and by accident. Like there was really no. It was like, okay, I want to play music again because I took a year off and I had no intentions of coming back. I was going to retire. I was going to be done. And after about a year, I was like, no, I miss this. And it just like people were sending emails to me. I was doing songs with sent me the song "A Killer's Confession," and as soon as I heard it, I'm like, this is it. This is what I want to do. And we hit the ball running, and we signed with Tom Hazart with EMP Label Group. Sent him a demo, and he signed me as with the first song. And we had a record deal. It's like, okay, you need to write a full album by December, and we did that in August. And we ended up writing the first album in 30 days. No real, thought or anything. We just went in the studio and wrote the first thing that came off our head, and we did that. And it's just been a snowball effect ever since. We've just been keep going, writing new music. The band's been finding what our sound is, and with this latest, what we're doing, which is pretty much the third album, but we've done it through single releases. We've really come into our own and who we are, and we say. And we got Tommy Church is with us now. JP's been day one, and Morgan Bauer, and we're a 4-piece. And we found out who we are and what we're about. So like we're like, stay tuned because we're going to continue doing this waterfall release. We're not going to really do the way of doing an album anymore. We're just going to give you songs every couple months. You're going to get new material. So you don't really have to wait that long to get new stuff. That's the best part about it.
And that's the thing now, with the internet and everything, a lot of bands realize that doing a full length can be, first of all, it's really tough to do that. And you can release single. And the problems with the full length is you release it 6 months later, it's old. Things are so fast now. So when you release single, you're always in the newsfeed, always called the social media the monster, and you have to fed the monster all the time so you can be always actual. So it's a good way to do it. And as you mentioned, you always have new stuff coming out for fans, and that's cool.
Oh yeah, and it's just like, and I enjoy it because like it's a never-ending album, more or less. Like you just give them a piece at a time. Here's another piece. Here's another breadcrumb. Here's another breadcrumb. Some of them are going to be singles. Some of them are going to be B-sides. Some of them are going to be heavy. Some of them are going to be a ballad. It's just continuous, and it does. It takes a lot of stress off of the band to put together 13 tracks to release to people, and it's fun. Like next week, I go back into the studio and I start writing our new stuff. So that tells you how far ahead. And I have like 6 more songs off of this release to release. So I'm trying to get way ahead of myself where, I'm into the end of next year with releases I have. And we're going to continue doing it. And the fans seem to like it. They're all like, well, where's the album? You're getting it one song at a time. And then when we do finish releasing that part of the project, I'll end up having CDs made and vinyl, and you'll be able to go to a show and get it there because I'm not going to release it through stores or anything. You're just going to be able to come see the band if you want the physical piece and come get it from the band because you'll get it signed too. You ain't going to get it signed in the store.
Yeah, they're cool guys. Go see them and, tell how you felt when you listened to the songs. And it's amazing, first of all, that you record the first album in such a short times. It shows how professional all you guys are, with the experience and everything. You didn't have to take forever to do an album, and it sounds perfect. And I think that it's cool that you just rush yourself, do it, and that's it. A lot of records are perfect because of that. When you try too much, you kind of lost yourself in the process. And I think it was kind of natural.
You totally overthink it. And that's the thing I tell people all the time. It's like, it's like I wouldn't try it if you've not been playing music for 20 years. Do not try that. You will drive yourself crazy. And do not think that it wasn't stressful trying to do it that quickly. When you do 13 songs in 30 days, no, that's not for anybody. We've not done that since, and we're not going to do that again.
But I love that project because, yeah, and I love the project because, you can do whatever you want. And I love it because when you start up Mushroomhead, you were very young, and, the line was there, with the time. The fans were expecting something, and you have to go in the directions. But now you have total control of the creativity. Nobody expects something. And I love that you took a lot of directions because I know you have a lot of influences. You met a lot of bands on the road. You listened a lot of shows. So all that in your head, it's fun to see it, through the songs. And it's really well done. And, you nail every style. And it's really impressive. It's not everybody that can do that.
Thank you so much. And you're right. It's me being me. It's like when I hear a song, I let the song speak to me. I let it tell me what the song should be. I don't go out being like, oh my, okay, I'm going to write this really heavy banger that's going to, there's going to be pits. And I don't go, I'm like, okay, what do you got? I listen to it. And then the song tells me what it is. Like I let the mood of the guitar and the drums and the bass and what keys are there, I let them speak to me and be like, okay, there's a story to tell here. I need to listen closely. And the song tells me the story I need, and it works. It really does. I just open myself up to the music instead of having a plan of attack of what I'm going to write. I let the song decide what it wants to be, because it will tell you if you've got the ears and you've got the imagination, the song will speak to you and it will write itself. And it's not difficult. It seems to be a whole lot easier when you just open yourself up. Just open yourself up and just be very transparent with your ideas and thoughts, and it comes through as easy as it does. It really does. It doesn't. I don't. If I have to sit there and push the pen to the paper and really grind at it, I won't do it because I'm like, I'm like you said, I'm overthinking it. I'm totally overthinking the whole situation.
Yeah, it's like surf. You cannot like force a wave. You have to catch the wave, let it flow. And I think that's the whole thing with that
Yes, you
project.
do.
It's a flow. It's really natural, and we felt that you guys are having a hell of fun, and that's the thing. At some point there's a lot of band. It's a job, but I never think that you took it as a job. It's always refreshing, and like I said, we felt through the old songs that you're pushing yourself to create something different, something that have meaning. And yeah, it's cool because we're surrounded with radio music that it's total opposite. There's no meaning. There's no soul in it.
You said that there's no meaning, and I try to make sure like the songs have meaning. I have a lot of life experience. I've been through a lot. I've experienced a lot. I've met a lot of people. I've traveled. I've seen the world, and I have all this. It's all right here, and it's photographic, and it's there. And I try now to put that meaning of life and living and every day as a gift and put it into music and let people hear that, because I'm with you. I think that music needs more substance now.
Yeah.
There's some music that have it. I'm not saying all music is, but there's a lot of music out there that it's going by the numbers and there's no real thought put behind it. So when you get 20 years down the road now, that song's not going to be heard because it doesn't have the substance. It doesn't have that longevity of a story or an idea or an idea behind it. There's no real meaning to it. So it's just like that was a fad. It came in as quick as it left. It's like fads never last. An idea and a real substance never go away because it's part of human nature.
Yeah, it's true. And the other problems, a lot of band, they do like 5, 6 years and they broke up because it's really tough, and it's impressive that you stick to it for all the years, even the tough moment you went through. And that's the force of yourself, with Mushroomhead or with that new project is just you always challenge yourself. And now you're at the point that it's way more easy in a way, even if it's not, if it was easy, everybody would do it.
It is easy and it's not. There's difficult parts. I mean, touring and management and keeping the band afloat when it financially. I mean, that's difficult in itself. You've got to be smart. And thank God I've got my wife. She's a numbers girl, and she is, baby, let me handle this. You just be an artist. And I'm like, take it. I don't want it. And but we are. I tell people all the time, we're a family business. We're a band, but we're a family business. My wife works with us hand in hand. I got my two best friends from childhood working with me, and then I have my stepson Morgan who plays drums for us. So we really are a family business. We really do. We go out there and we do what we do best. But at the end of the day, we're there for each other. We've been with each other our entire lives, and we're there for each other.
That's beautiful. That's a beautiful story. And you have to surround yourself with people you trust. And the other thing is, as family, when you got your kids and your wife and you're away from them, it's tough. But to bring them, sorry, in the band and that project, it's cool because you have something that you can do together. And the connection is there. It's really important to have that. A lot of family don't.
Well, that's the thing. It's like I've traveled so much. I've been in the world. I've seen a lot, and this time around, I want to share it with my partner. You know, I did this by myself when I was with Mushroomhead. I didn't get to share it with my wife. I didn't get to share that. I didn't get to share that moment. This time around, I'm sharing all of it. It's like, come on, baby, you're going to see this with me. It's like I'm not doing this alone, and that's what makes this even more special to me is that I can share it with somebody. Yeah, and like a lot of people don't understand that it's like it's about the journey, but I want to share the journey with somebody. You know, it's like I did that by myself, and I don't want to do that again. I want to be like, come on, I want you to see this. I want to share this with you.
I feel you. It's like living crazy surreal moments. And when you try to explain that to somebody that wasn't there, they're like, yeah, that's cool. Oh, no, 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 no. It's way more than cool. You don't get it. No, I don't get it. I was not there.
Now, my wife, like we have now we have tour stories together, and we tell people, and they'll say, "Well, what's so funny?" And she'll be like, "What about this?" And I'm like, "Well, what about this?" And we're bouncing stories off each other stuff we've experienced, and it's a better experience. It really is. Like the road can be very lonely, and and a lot of people don't know that. They think, "Oh, you're playing concerts every night, and it's the greatest thing ever," and it is. But it's not because you're still by yourself. Like when the crowd goes away and you're back in your bunk, you're alone, and your family is thousands of miles away, and you're missing them. And it's just like, well, I'm going to bring the family to me because I'm not going to experience that. I don't want to be away from my family. I want to be with my family.
I respect that. I respect that. We're getting old. It's not like we're 20s anymore and you want to conquer the world and fuck yourself up and, live the big life. And then you realize when you're 30, 40, you get sick from doing that. It's really tough on your body and you're getting old. So, yeah, it's another vision. And it's cool to see that the scene is going in that direction. It's way more healthy, way more safety. People understand way more now than back in the days where it was drugs, sex, rock and roll, and we see all those people dying now. And it's cool to see that a lot choose the other side. And I'm not saying not have a drink or something, just not like doing what people were expecting in the 90s or 80s, like what Motley Crue did. It's screw your life.
It will, and I did when I was a mushroom. That you said it. That's the life I tried to live. And I'll be honest. Only place that lands you is alone and depressed, and there's no good ending there. It's always going to end badly. And I mean, like you said, it was what was expected, and it's what we thought it was, but it's not. It's like you still experience, and it's like when you're damaging yourself that bad every day, bad things will come sooner than later, and they will come. And either you smarten up and figure out it's like, hey, this is not a way to live, or you don't. And like you said, you end up people are dying, and it's like I don't want to be a statistic. So like I've been sober for 5 years now. I've got 5 years of sobriety under my belt, and I take my family everywhere. And I'm like, I want to go out and I want to see places. I want to play the show. I want to see the world with a clear mind and the people I love beside of me. That's where I'm at.
And the thing it's inspired a lot of people, and congratulations. I mean, a lot of people, a lot of fans went through that, and they getting out of darkness because they saw you doing it, and it's really inspired. And thank you, for sharing that to people too. It's sometimes people think it's way more harder than it is. It's a long journey. It's not easy, but everybody can do this. Even if you're in a worse situation, you think it's the dead end, but it's not. It's not. You really can, take yourself. And there's a lot of people out there that are willing to help you out. There's so many. Like I said, we understand now the crisis it can be in your head. So we have specialists and everything. So it's cool to see that people realize more. It's not. It's the dead end, the sex, drug, and rock and roll. So now the new generation of fans are way more healthy, and they don't get and that's the other thing. You pay for an artist now like maybe 100 $120 for a ticket, and you see him wasted on stage. Not that cool.
It's like, and that's the thing is, it's like I don't want to be that guy that's like, oh, he was so wasted he couldn't play. I don't want to. I don't want that reputation. I want when I play. I want it to be like, holy crap, this guy gave me everything. And then he walked off stage and I left it there. And I left it there. And if there was an issue, it was either with, like, say I was a little sick, had a little bit of a head cold or something, or there was a technical malfunction. Not the fact that I was so drunk or so high I couldn't do it. I'll accept those, but I will not accept this.
That's so cool. Mushroomhead have such an impact. You guys, what you achieve, it's crazy. Do you remember the first gig actually with the band and how it went?
It was scary. I had 3 practices. It was on October 11th, 2004. And I came in the month, and I came in on my birthday, and that's when I got hired on September 19th, 2004. They hired me and brought me in, and I had 3 practices to learn 15 songs. 3 practices. And we were doing Till Tomorrow. And I had the first verse down. I went to the second verse. I started, and just like blank. I went blank, and I did the smartest thing I could possibly do. I looked at the crowd, and I was just like, okay. And they were like, okay. And it's like, I remember that happening and not remembering that verse. And just like kind of dropping my mic to the side and just shrugging my shoulders like, oh, well, what do you expect? I had 3 practices. I had to forget everything, every song that I've ever wrote before that point. I had to forget, just cram in all these lyrics right now to remember for you. And bodies in Ohio, and it was the first show. It wasn't sold out. I think there was like 400 people there, and it was definitely an experience, and I will never forget that. But I remember that one part I remember chuckling in my head like, what do you expect, man? It's like I only had this long to shove all these lyrics, and I got 3 practices in, and this is just what it is, man. But I did that, but it came along and it got better. But I mean, that was Mushroomhead.
That's cool because it's like your first day on job and you expect somebody to show you how to work, and you're like, this is your desk, this is the phone, have fun. What I'm doing, do your best.
Yeah, the best I could. But I remember I was so nervous that night, but I just gave them everything, and they were good to me. They were good to me.
That's cool. It was a good ride, I appreciate the time when you were involved in the band. I think you bring a lot of your personality, but your talent too, and it brings something more to Mushroomhead. It's a hell of a beast, and it's so original. There's so many direction with that band, so it's pretty cool. I'm sure you learn a lot about opening your mind and let do your things and don't care what people think. I think that's the spirit of the band.
Oh, it is. It is. I learned a lot in Mushroomhead. Steve Felton, Skinny, taught me a lot, and I won't take any of that away. Skinny knows what's up. He's a very creative individual, and he really was very instrumental in teaching me of how to be who I am today. And I will not take that away from him. People can say what they want. We may not be working together now, but I will give Skinny that credit. Like, that dude was he's a mad scientist. He's a genius, and I give him credit for teaching me. So thank you, Skinny.
And that's cool. It's we're such a, like I said, people understand way more what is it to be involved in the band, and they know how hard it is. It's a family. It's a second family. And people know, it's normal, the change of lineup and everything. So I think, it's way more of getting your experience when you've through it, take everything you can and give everything you can. And at the end, I think that experience help you out with the new project. And it's amazing. Like I said, what you achieve with the new project in such a short period of time, it's really impressive. I mean, I talked to a lot of bands, and some take years to find that sound and that identity, but you guys find it really quick, and something in 4 years. That's crazy.
Thank you so much. It's like, and like I said, it's like it was definitely a desire and a want. I mean, and you got to understand is like get the success that we're getting so quickly, very fast. I mean, we wrote an album before we played our first. I mean, we really did. We had a record deal before our first show, and we went and it was hard. It's like, and we went and it was impressive, but it was slow. But being that I came from Mushroomhead, we expected to happen much faster. But I got educated to be like, no, Waylon, you're not in Mushroomhead no more. You're in A Killer's Confession. You've got to break this band. This is not going to be like Mushroomhead. You're going to be down here like you were in the penthouse, and now you're in the mailroom. And now I've worked my way up to accounting, and I've not got back to the penthouse yet. But I'm slowly working my way back up. But it's been a process, and it's one of those things where we're going to do it, and we're going to get there. But we're going to take the right steps. We're going to do it right, where the band is solid, and when I do get there, it's back to that point, I will be more appreciative. I tell you that right now. I will be much more appreciative than I was when I was there before.
I love your energy. We hope to see you around Quebec and Canada. Actually, I think you came to Quebec a couple of times. Am I right?
Yes, I came twice while I was in Mushroomhead. We did Toronto with A Killer's Confession on my very first tour, and I haven't been back since. So hopefully when everything gets more peaceful and everything gets a little more free flowing, Killer's Confession will come back to Canada. I love Canada. I want to come up there and give me some poutine. That's some good stuff, man. Like, I swear, I got taught what was up with that.
Yeah, I can show you really great poutine because at first it was that fast food thing, but now there's some fancy poutine too, and there's it's an all dress thing. You can put whatever you want in poutine. So yeah, there's a lot of poutine waiting for you, and people they know you. They have a special place. You have a special place in the heart. So man, we can't wait to see you around. I'm pretty sure that 2022 is gonna be way more cool than the last 2 years, and everything's gonna be maybe not back at total normal, but at least we're gonna have band touring all over the world. And like I said, I saw a couple of shows this summer. I went to 2 festivals, and people are nuts. It's like their first gig. The vibe, the atmosphere, the smile. It's incredible. I spent a part of the show just looking at people and just taking the energy, that was so strong and so positive.
That's it. You said it. And that's what I'm talking about. The energy's back.
Yeah.
People are appreciative of things.
Nobody's on their phone. Everybody's watching the show and having a good times, and be happy to be surrounded with people that have the same passions.
Oh yes. Oh yes. I can't
My,
wait. I go back. I got my last show in 2 weeks for a while, and we're playing Incarceration Festival with Rob Zombie, and we're going to do that. I'm gonna take a month off, and then I got another tour announcement, which I can't talk about yet, but I'll be back on the road by the end of October.
can't wait. You're so generous of your time. I really appreciate it. It was a huge honor. I'm a huge fan since day one, and can't wait to see you around Quebec. And before we leave, we're gonna celebrate in 2 weeks our 13th anniversary as a radio show. So if you can just say a happy anniversary kind of ID, feel free, and then if you can do it, I record. So if you screw it up, you can try it again.
Okay. What's the name? What should I say? What's the name for it?
It's Prescription Rock.
You're breaking up. I couldn't hear you.
It's called Prescription Punk Rock.
Prescription Punk Rock. Okay.
Yes.
What's up, guys? This is Waylon from A Killer's Confession. Happy 13th anniversary to Prescription Punk Rock Radio for being around for 13 years. Hopefully, you'll be around for 13 more.
We try. As long as you keep doing it, I'm gonna be there, man. Thank you. Have fun with the show left. We're gonna wait for you in Quebec City, and make sure we're gonna do a huge special and play you guys out fucking loud.
very much, man. I appreciate it. I really do, brother. Thank you. Thank you so
Thank you for your
much.
time. Catch us in tour, man. I'm gonna be there.
All right. All right, buddy.
Bye bye. Thanks.
Bye.